Oh, okay, so you can swap between these. Good to know. So anyway, welcome back to the Cindered Shadows blind run. After reloading the game, because this is a new day since my first recording session, I was informed that you can meet students from the Ashen Wolves now and explore Abyss during the main story by talking to a shady merchant, both after Chapter 2. But then I got a pop-up saying you can now recruit Constance during Part 1 of the main story. That's interesting, because that implies I can't recruit any of the other three yet. So either they all have different unlock criteria at various points during Cindered Shadows, or Constance is only recruitable during Part 1. This just gets me really suspicious. I'm like, like, is Constance gonna be a temporary character due to what she does in this DLC? I don't know, I guess we'll find out. So anyway, last time, we messed with an ancient artifact that was sealed away thousands of years ago.
Cindered Shadows. Danger in the dark.
My poor abused legs. I have been remiss to neglect my lower body exercise as of late.
In other words, you skip leg day. That's the fanciest way of saying you skip leg day ever. But anyway, so I didn't give the proper last time, so I'll do it now. Last time, we messed around with a seal and unsealed an ancient artifact that had been sealed away many, many years ago. This can only end well, seriously. Anyone who's remotely genre savvy about fantasy settings knows never to mess with any ancient sealed away artifacts, or anything that was sealed away thousands of years ago. So, we're about to find out now how inevitably things start going wrong.
Don't give up. We're almost back to Abyss. What a damn mess we've gotten ourselves into.
We should give up. Just throw the chalice at the big one and be done with it. It doesn't seem like they're gonna ease off.
You know what? Like, honestly, that will probably end better for you in the long run, I think.
If that doesn't work, I guess we're dead.
I think not. I shall never surrender. I shall not die until I have achieved my glorious aim.
For crying out loud. Those creepy toy things must love a good chase. They won't let up.
How are they gaining on you? They have 4 movements. You should be outrunning them easily.
Not to mention the enemies that look like phantoms. For their measures to protect the chalice, I'm sure. Maybe Happy's right. And this won't stop so long as we have the artifact.
We can't lead them back to Abyss, or the people there will be in danger.
Okay, wow, 3 different options. We already did that, but I don't think giving it back is... I just joked about giving it back, but I don't think that's the best option either. What happens if you suggest this?
Agreed. But first, let's run just a bit farther. To know a good place to keep the enemy at bay.
Yeah, Yuri is definitely the de facto leader of this group, but I would have thought it would be Balthus, going by, like, the early impressions.
Oh yeah, the gates. They're so damn sturdy, I nearly broke my priceless fist on one once.
You mean fist as in, like, a gauntlet, or your actual fist? Either way is kind of, well, I mean, the actual fist option would be worse. Why is Helter looking so sad in the background there?
You punched one? Like a brute? Ugh, why must you always behave in such an infantile manner?
He probably thought that was the best way to test its sturdiness. He doesn't have bad intentions, he's just that dumb.
Ballface, if you broke the mechanism, I'm sacrificing you to the creepy doll.
That's a very weird sentence out of context, by the way. This is taking a while to load. Are we going to go straight into another map without being able to visit Abyss? Yeah, we're actually going straight into another map. Huh, that's interesting. The phantoms and the golems are yellow. So that means there's another enemy in play in this map. And it also means they're not our main enemies. Well, I mean, they are right now, but... No red units on the map yet, and it looks as though, yeah, this is the same map as the beginning of of this DLC. So I guess we'll finally be able to operate these gates. I'm guessing you basically just have to keep... Oh, high lethality. Yeah, they usually don't like putting lethality on enemies, like, ever since, Yeah, some of the few times you can ever encounter lethality on enemies in Fire Emblem games was, like, all the way back in Awakening. I guess Awakening's been a while. It's been a while since Awakening now, but yeah. But only in, like, spot pass teams and stuff. Quicker repulse. Yeah, I get the feeling this is supposed to be some kind of, like, super enemy that you're meant to run from. So, well, it's funny because I started playing the Insane Trilogy recently, but yeah, this has now become Crash Bandicoot. We're running away from a giant thing. Okay, yeah, probably makes sense for the slow movers to be out in front here. So in that case, Balthus moves pretty quickly. Ash is not exactly that quick, so he'll go a little further back. Yeah, I'm going to put the fast movers in the rear because they can get away from that thing much more easily. And I need to restock battalions. Yeah, we can still use the armory and things like that. Doesn't seem like there's Anna here at all, but anyway. Just go ahead and replenish everything. I pressed the wrong button. I think because I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Sword and Shield lately, so I'm used to different controls. Okay, couple of assassins there and a Wyvern Rider. We don't want to get bogged down with anything, though, because, yeah, we don't want that thing to catch up to us. And we've got a bunch of Dimitri's Banes over here. Ah, but there is a switch here, which I'm guessing only the Abyssion characters can pull. Okay, I don't really know what to expect from this map, so I guess we'll just have to get moving. Yeah, I suppose this is not terrible. Yeah, let's save and move out. Okay, so it's an escape map. Okay.
The enemy's caught up to us. If we try to go up against it, we're finished.
That thing's worse than what we saw at the chasm. Looks strong enough to flatten me. Me, of all people.
Rah, me big scary golem.
Even I won't be able to force it open.
Not even Dimitri? Wow.
This is bad. There's more where that came from, too. Come on, let's go. Now.
You sound like you have some kind of fetish for dangerous situations. Oh.
Oh my, I believe this to be a shortcut, but the way seems closed.
Who wants to do us a favor and pull the lever? Though you might get left behind.
Okay, that's interesting. So that's where we need to go. You know what? I suddenly got flashbacks to, like, the second to last, Joan of Arc campaign mission in, Age of Empires 2, where you basically have to, okay, you can shoot over that wall, so gotta watch out for that, where you basically have to run from a superior force towards the end. I can't combat art with that, but she's bulky enough to take a few hits. Probably not from that sorcerer, though.
Now you know your limits.
Yeah, I get the feeling this map is gonna change a little bit later on. I wish I had a dancer. Okay, no combat arts there. Don't want to go anywhere where that big thing could attack us. We sort of have to fan out before we even have room for everyone else to run. Yeah, Byleth is... Oh, okay. No sort of the... I probably could have... Oh, no, I don't even have any Agarthian. So, I guess I'll equip that. Okay, so... The Sword of the Creator is only repaired when you go back to Abyss. And we did not go back to Abyss between these chapters, so... Yeah, that's interesting.
Sure thing.
I guess the... You know, this kind of, Oh, yeah, you have your Trickster Swap skill. But that puts you back in, like, range of the Golem, so probably not a good idea. But yeah, I guess they're, you know, kind of Because you wouldn't really, like, what I'm trying to say is that you wouldn't really be able to do this kind of thing during the main story, because they want to make sure you always have access to the monastery. So this DLC does let them try out some new map ideas, which is admittedly pretty cool. Okay, if Balthus goes here, his attack speed still really sucks. But their hit rate is terrible thanks to his Gauntlet Avoid skill and the Arvo Floor, so he actually makes a pretty good dodge tank, despite his low attack speed. So yeah, I guess Balthus is interesting in that regard.
Ready and willing.
Don't want to waste my Boltons just yet.
Who, me?
So somebody needs to go for that switch, and somebody else needs to
Yep.
maybe not have Edelgard go kaboom. Kinda wish Happy had healing. I have to really be careful of Linhardt here, because he's the one person who's getting left behind. Earlier when I was like, how are you not outrunning those things? They have 4 movement. Well, there is Linhardt, but there is still a red enemy phase. That makes me very suspicious. Yeah, there is still Linhardt, but my headcanon is somebody was carrying him. Yeah, this is kind of a cool idea for a map. There have been escape chapters in Fire Emblem games pretty frequently, but they tend not to have this much urgency most of the time. Not that, sense of, oh crap, run. Usually you can kind of take your time and escape. I know a few maps in Thracia were sort of like that. It's been a while since I played Thracia, though. It's like I hear really bad things about the Manster Escape arc, as it's sometimes called, but I don't really remember much of it. Like, I've heard people say, like, oh, if you don't plan things out just right, the whole arc is, like, unwinnable without doing very specific moves, but, from what I remember, I don't remember ever having a particularly hard time with it, so I'll have to play it again, basically. Well, yeah, that's enough, so might as well do it.
Failure is not an option.
And, in a cruel twist of irony, Dimitri is going to rush in here and help out Edelgard. Dimitri to the rescue of Edelgard, who would have thought? Oh, and he can Canto too. Okay, obviously want to lock your range in. Okay, still a few enemies here that I might want to take out. Canto is obviously extremely useful here. Oh no, I'd rather have Ash go down here because then he can lure some of those guys. So where are you, Ash? No, seriously, where are you, Ash? There. Why? How did I not see him there? We've got to be careful because we still need to move pretty far. Don't want to stall too much, but that thing's movement is pretty bad. Or we can, go around the gate that way. So there are multiple options here. Huh. Oh, that's not the greatest of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should I open the gate now and attempt to rush through, or... I suppose we can try. Oh, but there are, lever gates that you can open with regular keys, so Ash could have snuck through and opened. Yeah, there are a few different options you have here. And I guess, yeah, Constance can go down here and do the usual mage on the lower difficulties active exploding Armor Knights in one round.
Do you see where you went wrong?
Being an Armor Knight, which is sadly a truth of this game. Oh, Happy's all the way over there. And yeah, Hilda, nope, she really does not like magic. Those stats are pretty great, though. I mean, I was about to say I could try gambiting. I don't really have any gambits that'll work well here, though. So let's see how much damage... 11 and 25 is like... Okay, she would die to that, but... Okay, there's like a not zero chance of her getting attacked by both of them, which is a bit of a problem. I would kind of like to get rid of one of those mages, but I don't think I can do that just yet. Oh yeah, and you obviously... No, you're not even, Oh, it's because of Axe Breaker. That's why my accuracy sucks so much against you. Oh, I miss Claude doubling things. On Maddening, he doesn't, and he tends to get, like, doubled and one-rounded by pretty much everything, I find. Even just regular mercenaries. I know that Maddening Chapter 13 is generally considered to be pretty, is generally considered to... that's not a good hit rate. Is generally considered to be pretty, much a big difficulty spike, but still, like, Claude getting one round killed by mercenaries, Claude, who's supposed to be the fast one, yeah, that was kind of a pain on Maddening. Nope, let's not expose Linhardt to an assassin. That ranks quite high in a list of terrible ideas, though it is up there with messing around with a sealed artifact. Yeah, I still don't entirely get why everyone was completely on board with that. Yeah, let's go ahead and mess around with the sealed artifact. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. I could use the... Oh no, but you got 3 range, so... Actually, how far can I go and still foul play but actually quite far? Of course, that does pull Yuri back quite far, but he can still Kanto afterwards. And then Byleth could take out, although that still leaves the potential for, yeah. Bane of Monsters, I guess, is technically a true statement, because these things aren't, like, alive.
Should I have held back?
They are technically ghosts, and I guess you can consider a ghost a kind of monster. Alright, like, there's a pretty high chance the aggro lines may lie here. Because if Byleth gets hit by one of them, the other one will probably attack her. Or I can lure in one with Hilda. Well, I'm already doing a decent luring job anyway. But I do want Hilda to get as close to the action as possible, and not just because it keeps her further away from the big, dangerous thing. 9 turns remaining. 10 turns is a very long time in this game, I tend to find, and that is the movement ceiling thing, isn't it? So that's interesting.
Predictable. It's over.
Because movement ceiling in this kind of map is obviously very dangerous. So yeah, overall, a really cool idea for a map. There are a few like, there are some... Like, thinking back on it, I do quite like the previous map. It's kind of cool, honestly. And, oh, right, that gate there is still locked. But... I can safely open the way for Balthus there. Just like the whole idea of, oh, you've got to get a key and then pass the key around and open locks to complete the map. That's a cool idea.
All that blood and sweat was worth it.
What about the tears? Well, there haven't been any tears yet, so we need to brace ourselves, I suppose, because I know that considering how dark this game is, there is inevitably going to be tears in this DLC.
No biggie.
The armor on her horse feels like her horse was trying to cosplay as a dragon. That's a weird thing to say, but yeah. It is also kind of weird that a lot of these, the Abyss characters don't really have, like, their default outfits and cutscenes are not their default class outfits. And I just realized, yeah, like, they're gonna have time skip designs too, and I don't even know if I'll be able to see those. Like, how am I gonna get my live reactions to those? I guess we'll... Oh, that'll be a question for another day. For now, we are running. To quote... I know I've quoted this Caduceus line from Critical Role before, but, I love just the simplicity of the line, we're running, it's bad. And, yeah, Dimitri and Edelgard are falling behind, but Dimitri will probably one-shot that guy on the counter, and Edelgard will catch up. Do I have Restore? I do. Does that cure them? Yeah, it does cure the movement drop. Nice. I'm sure I found that out, in previous, yeah. Oh, right, the 10 turns is to get here, not to get out of the map completely, so... yeah, that's way too much time, in a way. Those are Sword Masters, though, and they've, yeah, they're gonna double, like, pretty much everyone. Actually, no, their attack speed is lower than Constance's, because she's got solid strength, thanks to being, Oh, this ability is interesting because Strength and Magic +3, the extra Strength means that she doesn't get weighed down as much by tomes, so it is, in a sense, extra speed, which is pretty cool. Because that's one thing that I find really annoying about enemy mages on Maddening. Enemy mages on Maddening have insane amounts of strength for magic users, and that means that, I'm still suspicious that there's no red phase yet, but yeah, that means that they have really high attack speed because their strength is so high they don't get weighed down much by their tomes. So that's annoying.
I will get strong.
Dimitri is kind of crazy. Yeah, I just thought for a second, oh yeah, that Swordmaster could crit her, but thankfully it didn't. Oh, no speed.
Witness the glory of House Nouvelle.
Yeah, I wonder, when she said she'd do anything to restore the glory of her house, do they mean do anything to achieve my goals in the Edelgard sense, or not? I guess we'll find out. Speaking of which, Edelgard and Dimitri are going around a detour together. This is kind of funny. Okay, you're already higher leveled. Can Ash, like, snipe something? I guess I'll try this. And yeah, the whole we don't have access to the Abyss again is a little bit lessened by the fact that we still had access to, like, an armory and a shop, so we could still repair things. Just not the Sword of the Creator, because I think that requires... Oh, right, I think we could have got the material to repair that from armor-breaking golems, but yeah. It gets repaired when you go back to the Abyss anyway. Watch us never go back to the Abyss again, now that I've said that. Now, I'm a little worried that once we go down through here, bad things will happen. Because, like I said, there is no enemy, red enemy phase yet, and that obviously means that something very bad is likely to happen. Have I ever seen Happy crit? In fact, I think the... Oh, no, I don't think I've even seen Yuri crit. I think the only one of the 4 that I've seen crit is Constance. Speaking of Constance... Goodbye, warrior.
I shall rise, but your day is past.
And that's not an Arvo floor, but you're still probably going to be, yeah, pretty evasive. So I think I'll use, I guess I can use this. I don't want to waste too much of my other bows.
It's not luck, it's fate.
I don't want to be stuck with only steel weapons left. So that could mean that I can't double things later on. Okay, one step at a time. Anybody desperately need... Yeah, I guess I'll Physic Violet.
Thank you.
I need to look up what Arcana the, all of the, these guys' crests correspond to. I think one of them is Hermit? Okay, moment of truth.
The passage over there is blocked too. I believe the controls for it are on the other side, far end.
Oh. Okay. Uh-oh. Huh. Another thing appeared. I mean, you guys do have terrible speed, so you're not likely to double anything. You don't seem like you're moving, though. Maybe you'll only start moving once I flip that switch? Because they wouldn't just... You didn't move either. I'm suspicious now. Meanwhile, Dimitri's gonna totally outpace Edelgard here. Why not?
Much needed.
Okay, so the controls for that are over there, or we can just snake through here. But I guess, why not both? Maybe? Because we're gonna need Ash over here to unlock that door once we flip the switch, so he's gonna need to go that way, obviously. Now then, who wants to kindly volunteer to flip that switch? I don't want Hilda away from the front lines, but yeah. Okay, remaining turns, that's for that first gate, I think. So pretty much everyone is through except Edelgard. I was gonna say, oh, I can get her through with Yuri's skill, and then I realized that it put Yuri over on the other side of that. I get the feeling that when I flip that switch, bad things gonna happen, so let's instead not do that, and huddle over here, so that we're all ready to run. I'm still very suspicious at the lack of a red enemy faction. Unless this map changes based on... I don't know if they do that, based on the choice that you made at the start.
Sorry.
But this isn't really so much fighting them as it is running. Meanwhile... Yeah. I'm sorry. I wouldn't leave Edelgard behind here. I wouldn't even say that's a tempting thought because, yeah. Don't want to do that. Anyway, Yeah, like what I mean by that is like, as much as I don't condone her actions, that still, I don't think, justifies leaving her to die in an underground cave. I wouldn't do that. Well, time to see if this is a case of why do we even have that lever. Nothing bad seems to be happening yet. Okay, now that's open. Yeah, there's a lot of dead people spirals up there, so obviously enemies will spawn over there. And I'm still very suspicious of the lack of a... Red Faction's the name of the game, but no, the lack of a red faction yet. I think... Does that mean you're gonna start... Yeah, you're moving now. But last straggler is through. Which means we can safely close that gate.
Really close, didn't it? Good thing we made it through in time.
Good thing it's one of those, yeah, time-sensitive gates where it goes off when the time limit expires or when you're all through and it's like, you know what, let's not worry about the time limit now. Everyone's through, we can just go ahead and close it.
Keep moving. That was just the first of these things.
We're already through the Okay, there's another one of these gates that will close in a certain amount of time. And a couple of things have spawned behind us. I kind of wish Linhardt had rescue or something. Well, I guess Claude will be the scout. Yep, thought so.
You'll not be getting away here. Fork it over.
Oh, I had a feeling the third faction would be Bandits.
More baddies? I'm already soaking in sweat. Read the room, lady.
Most will kill me if anything happens to you. Be careful, yeah?
Not to mention Blilda. But, yeah, Bandits... Hilda, yeah, you're clearly not that genre savvy if you don't know that Bandits in Fire Emblem, they will take any excuse for a fight. They never read the room. Reading the room means nothing to them. They're like, oh hey, Fire Emblem characters. Let's fight them and get gold. Because that's what they exist for. They exist to be beaten up by Fire Emblem protagonists. They don't realize this themselves, but that is the purpose of their existence. And because of that, they will never read the room and they will always pick fights even at the worst possible time. Especially at the worst possible times. Because to bandits, there is no worst possible time. Any time is a good time for bandits. What?
That's like the boss said. They came back.
Find the treasure majig, treasure thingy, whatever it's called. Doesn't matter. Hand it over.
These bandits are discussing treasure. How much can they have surmised?
Either that or somebody is a mole and told them we were searching for treasure.
No idea. All I know is they're here, so we're gonna have to fight them.
Shame.
Shame, I kinda like bandits. Okay, so they don't move on the turn they spawn, it seems like. That's good. But things are certainly spawning from there en masse. I believe we do have to escape with everyone. Any of your units fall in battle. Okay, so yeah, we cannot afford to dilly-dally here. And we especially can't afford to leave Edelgard behind, although she is falling very far behind. I don't know if Hilda should, like, act as, like, distraction duty or something right now. What do you got? You have a bullion. They are grapplers, though. How dangerous are you? I do W. Actually, no, Edelgard's probably going to one-round that guy anyway, so I don't think I really need to be on... Yeah, it's doubling. That means he's not quadrupling, which means I'm probably doubling him in return. It's not often you see Bandit Pegasus Knights in Fire Emblem, though. Another bullion, concoction, yeah, just some general restocking, I guess. But I would very much like to smack you, otherwise you could be a problem later.
Over already.
Yeah, this is like the classic case of, now is not the time, bandits! We're running from ancient protectors, I almost called them archaisms, but that's a different series. From, like, ancient machines guarding a treasure that we just stole, and suddenly... Hey, we're generic Fire Emblem bandits! We're here to steal all your money. It'd be kind of funny if you could actually lure the Guardians into attacking them, though. Yeah, Constance is a little stuck at the moment. I think somebody needs to clear out something. Yeah, grapplers and brawlers tend to do pretty well against magic users. Let's see. I suppose you can head over here and maybe like swarm one of them. Because if I do this, this gives Constance more freedom of movement, which is a D&D spell. But yeah.
That's what you get.
Okay, that guy's down. Yeah, Byleth should be able to deal with you pretty easily. Yeah, very easily. Very, very easily.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
Okay, I do really like that one being one of Byleth's win quotes in Smash Brothers. Oh, more of them. Okay. I'm not too bothered at the moment. Constance is a little bit on. I mean, Constance does definitely feel at least on this difficulty like a flying Lycidia.
A grand skirmish.
But I don't think she's quite as extreme. Oh, let's not do that. That could mean that she suffers death by awesomeness. Seriously? Would you please stop spawning? At least they're kind of far away from me. But, anyone in any danger right now? I mean, Edelgard kind of, but at the same time, not really. Can Ash do anything productive right now? No, that's not productive. That would result probably in him going boom. Can Claude... I don't know if this is particularly wise. Is that an... No, that's cover. Not an Arvo floor. Wow, 20 defense on Claude at this point is actually not that bad. Like, if Claude went there and dismounted, I wonder if he actually would do decently. I can try.
It was a good try.
No, Claude still keeps his unique, like, bow animations when he's dismounted in a mounted class. That's pretty cool. Okay. This might not be a great idea. But, Claude's gonna try and be a hero. Alternative... Oh, nah, Ash luring both of those is not the best. Could do this, though. I was hoping for a crit. Not that it would have really done much, but still. Okay. I think for every one person who crosses that threshold, more enemies spawn. Oh, Edelgard isn't doubling. But she didn't need to.
Well, how was that?
That was actually good. That was a well-timed critical.
I must get stronger.
Oh look, you gain magic and yet your unique Lord class does not use magic for some stupid reason. Still wish that... Why can't Emperor and Armored Lord use magic? Okay, so here is the moment of truth. Can Claude be a hero?
Never underestimate an outsider.
This whole thing probably really resonates with Claude because these people are like the ultimate outsiders. Ow, okay, Claude, I would appreciate if you started dodging just a little bit. Okay, good. One dodge. And if the Pegasus Knight attacks first, it did not. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Because if the Pegasus Knight had attacked him first, Claude may have suffered death by awesomeness if the Pegasus Knight had hit. You can probably understand why.
Progress suits me well.
Wow, Claude is... I wish my Claude was this good on my Golden Deer Maddening run. Hi, bandits. Yeah, the spirit's going to attack the bandits or not? They are! And that's fitting, and that's actually kind of cool too. You can lure the bandits to get attacked by the guardians. This is an interesting idea for a map. And I feel like this is like one of the most quote-unquote fair ways I've seen ambush spawning reinforcements handled. You're given plenty of time to react to them for the most part.
Is that all?
And you'll keep moving. Yeah, we need to get going now, especially Linhardt. Do we still have a 18 turns pass? Okay, I'm guessing it's like 10 for every gate that you go through. I am going to have to take out some of those enemies harassing Claude, though, otherwise we're going to be, yeah, having issues, to put it mildly. Yeah, but I'm really not sure. I think the AI was going for the Fortress Knight attack first because the Fortress Knight would do more damage than the Pegasus Knight. But if the Pegasus Knight had attacked Claude and hit, and the Fortress Knight had also hit, Claude would have died. So, like, again, the best play there would have actually been attacking with the Pegasus Knight first. But then again, you know, this is Fire Emblem AI. You can't exactly expect it to make good plays unless it's Fate's Conquest AI, which is actually pretty smart. It doesn't fall for baiting, which is very, very rare of Fire Emblem AI. And it makes Conquest kind of brutal. Did I say kind of? I mean extremely brutal. I haven't really used a lot of Constant's higher tier spells, because Fire's just the best on everything. It's funny how I didn't actually have Constance fight a lot of things in the last map, so I didn't get to see many of her quotes and her other personality. Yeah, I feel like there's a decent chance the aggro lines could lie here, because if they both hit Constance, she will die. And if Claude goes off the cover tile...
It's your call.
Which is my call. Yeah, Claude will die if he goes off the cover tile, because that'd mean they do exactly 2 more damage. But I mean, he can go on another cover tile and still curve shot something. Is there a way he can attack something and stay on a cover tile? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, because now suddenly they're aggroing onto No, he wouldn't take them out anyway. Or he could just mount up and then run. Probably better. Oh yeah, and he gains strength this way too. Yeah, see, this is why flyers are ridiculous, because they can dismount to get rid of any of the marginal disadvantages flyers have, namely weakness to arrows and inability to use terrain, and then mount back up next turn, and, yeah, keep all of the ridiculous benefits that flyers have. I am extremely... How far does your foul play range? I'm very tempted to do that, because Edelgard's falling very far behind. But if I do that, Yuri might be in some danger. I feel like this kind of works thematically, though. It's like, hey, come on, like, everyone, you know, helping each other get away. Oh, right, you're aggroing onto him. And you're aggroing onto the spirit for some reason. Yeah, Linhardt really needs to run. I want Edelgard to start running too because she's falling behind. Yeah, Oh, you're gonna die on the enemy phase anyway. Now, actually, this could give experience, so let's go for this. I've recovered one Gambit use of a... I've never used any Gambits yet. Going to be very careful about moving Happy there, because I knew it. I knew that would happen. Because Happy obviously doesn't want to get too close to enemies, because she can kind of die very easily. Please tell me you're in range of anyone significant. Well, I was about to say, well, that was smart, but then I realized, oh wait, you're bandits. Why am I expecting you to be smart? Actually, that bandit was not bad. Okay, good. You're not in range of anyone significant. Ow. We should be done with this pretty soon. But this is an interesting map overall. Yeah, now they're just too distracted fighting each other to worry about us. Okay, 8 turns left. Yuri has good movement, so he can quite easily get out of that situation. And he can he can return the favor on Edelgard there, but no. Yeah, just move yourself one space further forward. Yeah, I can just see foul play breaking speedruns of this game so badly. Because it has so many uses. You can use it to move yourself forward, you can use it to move allies forward. Just movement-based abilities in any kind of strategy RPG are usually incredibly overpowered.
Didn't you hear? I'm dangerous.
Interesting line. How good's your resistance? Pretty good. Still taking decent damage from the enemies, though. This Balthus really hasn't been doing much for me this entire DLC so far. Which is kind of a... Hi? Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone who goes through here summons one enemy, so... We've still got a few more enemies to deal with. So I guess I should get Dimitri's one enemy of the day out of the way.
I'm getting stronger. I can feel it.
Dimitri just leveled up by listening to the voices of the dead. That's kind of sad. And yet, one more enemy. Just the one negative thing I can say about this map is I don't like Wrathstrike, and Wrathstrike is playing for the whole thing.
Thank you.
Well, at least you level. I mean, his level's pretty much the same as everyone else in the Ashen Wolf so far, but I just haven't really been using him all that much. Or at least I don't feel like I've used him all that much. I kind of wish Byleth had some gauntlets right now, but I can always give them to her. That's just the thing with this game. Everyone can use basic E-ranked weapons, and sometimes that's all you need. She does have a few battalion-based skills too, but... okay. Claude... I have to be very careful where Claude goes, because that could happen. I have to be also very careful that Constance does not get herself shot by flyers. Okay. I guess I will use my higher tier spells.
Ever so sorry. I shall rise, but your day is past.
Looking good.
Also very flat looking good, as opposed to that very hammy quote that preceded it. Okay, let's get ready to get out of here soon. Meanwhile, let's watch the amazing spectator sport of bandits versus ghosts. The sensation that's sweeping everywhere. Well, everywhere in Abyss at least.
Predictable.
Byleth turned into Geese Howard for a second. She can do that because she's in Smash Brothers now. Oh, I was about to say nice exact one-shot, but she missed. And once again, the spectator sport of bandits versus ghosts. Ghosts and bandits sounds like some kind of obscure Ghosts and Goblins spin-off. Okay, we're very, very nearly almost out. That's a weird way to put it, but Yuri goes through there, creates one more bandit. Linhardt goes through here, heals Claude, and this will create...
Thanks for that.
I believe this is the last bandit who will be created. Yep, everyone's through.
The gate closing. Hurry, everyone! No time to dawdle. The gate closing. Hurry, The gate closing. The gate closing. The gate closing. Hurry,
I feel like
everyone,
she's
no
saying
time
the
to
gate
dawdle.
closing or the gate closed and not the gate closed. Okay, so those are the last of them. This shouldn't be too hard to break through. Step 1. Balthus punches you in the face.
Couldn't weather the storm, huh?
Step 2. You, actually I should attack speed 12 versus... Nah, she's not doubling them. So I guess you can do this. And now I have 100 here.
Nighty-night.
That just makes me think of Olivier's quote in Trails in the Sky.
Could have been better, could have been worse.
Well, it was magic, speed, and HP, which is normally not bad, except, your speed is still really terrible. I mean, she still does, like, you know, what she's meant to do decently well on this difficulty, but I'm not really sure... I don't know how to feel about her stat-wise. Whereas I am really liking Constance, stat-wise. And Yuri's pretty good too.
I must steel myself.
Okay, so, speaking of Constance... no, no, I'm not gonna one-shot if I do that. Well, I guess I can Sagitate, just to show off a few more spells.
A grand skirmish.
This isn't a skirmish, it's a main chapter, duh-huh-huh. Well, I guess it's not technically a main chapter, but still. Dimitri, I mean, technically, Edelgard definitely needs experience, but that's just the downside of being an on-foot character. Byleth is so close to a level up, so I'm just gonna go for this.
Let the lesson begin.
Okay.
You fought well. Another step.
Pretty good.
That shall do nicely.
And yeah, I guess going through a door deletes every enemy that the door's closed on. So there's nothing here except dead people. I thought the music had stopped for a second, except for the dead people tiles. No, let's ignore that one. I just want to get everyone out.
Ready and
I mean, we
willing.
can still technically fail this if we run out the turn limit, I think. Yeah, well, we're actually reasonably close to the turn limit. We're on turn 13, so yeah, I guess I was, shouldn't have underestimated that. But that being said, we're still pretty much through. Let's just move to make space for the stragglers. Everybody move to the back of the escape area. Please use the full space of the escape area and keep your arms and legs within the escape area at all times. Failure to heed these warnings will result in you being slaughtered by giant mechanical abominations.
That takes care of that. And last but not least...
And now I've locked you all in a tiny enclosed space. Just where I want you. I'm still a bit suspicious of Yuri at this point.
Witness the glory of House Nouvelle.
Yeah, I think she's got an MVP several times in this DLC so far. Yep.
Run through this
Way
gate,
too many
open
sipping
that
zones.
one, run through another one. Sheesh. That's enough gates to last me a lifetime. I'm overdue for some shut-eye.
Yeah, Linhardt's like the one person with terrible movement here, so yeah, it makes sense he doesn't like this map.
All is well, though. We've safely retrieved the Chalice of Beginnings.
And I still have a feeling that that Chalice of Beginnings is not going to be a particularly benevolent artifact. I mean, things in fantasy settings are usually sealed away for a good reason. But anyway, with that very sudden chapter over, I guess I'll see you next time for more of the Cindered Shadows story. So, see you all then.